For project 1, I will start this image off with the vantage point. The angle of the photographer is took a very wide range shot on the train tracks. The perspective of the image shows a endless train track kind of going off into the distance by the sides of these two cliff sides and mountain range. The vantage point is, I would say, not so symmetrical here on the image. It's a little bit more heavy with this cliffside and a little bit lighter with this distant mountain range. But with this train track is a nice equal split down the middle of the image. And I feel like it kind of outweighs the difference of either side of the image as you can kind of recollect yourself back to the middle here. Moving forward with the light of this image. The quality of light is very bright, and I feel that it illuminates majority of this image, as you can pick up a lot on this detail here with the brush, a lot on the train track here, and even on this cliffside on the right, there's a lot of rock face details here, a lot of texture you can kind of make out. And the light does shadow a little bit. I mean, you do see a little bit up in here, but you can see it's still sharp. But I'm kind of more talking about over here on the left on this mountain range. It's a little bit more darker, but it is a little bit more in the depth, so it's not as detailed here. But there is just a few shadows. But I mean, if the light were, I'd say, behind this cliff, this would be a lot more silhouette, and you would not pick up on a lot more detail. So I'm thinking the light's right behind us, and this is why we're getting a lot more detail here. The light kind of guides my eye in this image a little bit right here. I mean, this is kind of like where the light ends, and this is where this big face of this cliff kind of starts too. So I don't know, it's kind of eye-catching right here, I'd say, for the means. Moving forward with the focus of this image, I would say this is shallow depth of field, and meaning that it's three-dimensional. But you do see, right here at the beginning, you can get it's very up close, it's front, and you could definitely tell there's a little bit of distance from this train track to this cliffside, and so you can kind of pick up on some depth, and then you can really see it right here with this mountain range over here. You can pick up that there's some distance between here. Not everything looks like it's all laid right in front of you. There is some depth of field, so it kind of gives it that three-dimensional feel to it. I'd say there's three objects: the train tracks, this cliffside, and then this mountain range. Where I see the visual focal point in this image is most definitely this mountain range right here. Maybe a little mix with the train track too, kind of visualizing the focal point being here. It's just a very sharp, detailed image, especially for its time. I mean, you could still see the rocks here, like we kind of said before, with the textures and whatnot, and the bushes. But I think that just kind of brings this picture more up to light. And that's what I have for project 1, and we're just going over vantage point, light, and focus. Thank you.